Hey guys, it's Rafael. Hola amigos, Rafael. In front of me I have a 1/4 scale Ferrigno sculpted by Chris Epting. This is an amazing piece. You know, it's awesome. Solid resin, and it's just incredible. Este lo hizo Chris Epting, 1/4 de scale, de escala. Está sólido de resina. The casting and molding was done by Dan Pollan, also known as Dynamic Menace on Facebook, and he did an amazing job. Hizo un buen trabajo, mi amigo Dan Pollan, que hizo los moldes y hizo la resina para hacer estos moldes. Now this is going to be, we're going to make 11 of these guys. I will be in charge of painting it kind of like a chrome color with a hint of weathering of greenish on the skin area, and maybe some weathering on the base here, which will be chromed out as well, because there are going to be actually trophies that will be giving out on the Ferrigno Legacy competition, which will be held this November 2015 on the 21st or 20 and 21st. So this is going to be an amazing project. It's going to be tough because I have at least a month to get all this done. Amigos, esto va a ser como un trofeo. Lo voy a pintar estilo como cromado, con un poquito de muy leve verdecito en la área de la piel, pero va a ser estilo como trofeos que el Ferrigno, el hombre increíble, los va a dar como trofeos en su competencia que va a tener este noviembre 2021 del 2015. So what I have to do now is figure out to put this guy on here, and he has to be solid. So the idea is to drill a hole under the feet and into the base, and put some nuts and bolts to be able to tighten it and be secure 100%. But at the same time will be removable for shipping or for whenever they come and pick them up. La idea es ponerle tornillos o tuercas para ponerlo en la base. Y así apretarlo bien para que esté seguro la cosa. Y al menos también lo pueden quitar para cuando vengan por ellos. So, let's get this guy going, guys. Right, so I marked all the areas. Ya le marqué en las áreas. Right now the holes are drilled. We set this right flush to where it's supposed to go. Hay que ponerlo donde exactamente va. Go. Okay, so I'm doing 5-minute epoxy. I'm going to put them in the holes and put the screw in. We'll set el pegamento de 5 minutos. Okay, once they're kind of like in place, before it dries, antes de que se seque, and make sure they fit on here. That way the epoxy will dry, the screws will be perfectly aligned. Así ya se seca el epoxy y está alineado. Okay, so what we're going to do now, lo que vamos a hacer ahorita, is use la resina. We're going to mix up some resin and pour it into the holes, and that will reinforce it. Y eso se va a pegar aquí adentro para que estén más macizos los tornillos. We're mixing half and half, mezclando mitad y mitad, partes iguales. And this is Smooth Cast 300. Okay, so here they are. The resin has dried. Ya se secó la resina. And now what we're going to do is drill this area here, so when the screw comes in, we can put in the nut and it will be flush to the inside. Okay, this has a little lip here, so we're going to get rid of that. Hay que quitarle y emparejar todo esto. Okay, now we are going to primer them up. Vamos a ponerle el primer. We're using Krylon Gray. Okay, now the primer is dry. Ya se secó el primer. I'm going to do flat black. The reason I do flat black and not gloss black is because when I notice that, at least me, when I try to use gloss black, the paint seems to take forever to really cover well. Flat black to me seems like it has more pigment in it and it covers a lot faster. And then I would just go over it with some gloss. La razón de que uso el negro no brilloso es porque yo siento que esto tiene más color y cubre más pronto que cuando compras el bote que tiene ya el brillo. Como que no cubre tan rápido. Entonces ya después de esto le echo el brillo después. So let's get the black going. Okay, now that the black paint is dry, I'm going in with a clear gloss. I'm using this one. I actually asked because if you get the wrong one and you spray it on something that may be acrylic and maybe for lacquer, or the opposite, lacquer for acrylic or something like that, because I'm not knowledgeable on that, you will just peel off that paint. So you have to make sure you get the right lacquers for lacquers and acrylics for acrylics. Ahora voy a ponerle el brillo. Tienen que tener cuidado si están usando acrílico, usen acrílico, porque si es ¿cómo se dice? Lacquer, pueden arruinar la pintura. Pero este es acrílico porque estas pinturas son acrílicas. So let's get that going. Okay, now the gloss has dried and I'm going in with a chrome. May not be a nice chromey look because there's a lot of pivots in here due to the metal, but it'll still look kind of cool. Allá voy a estar el cromo, which I'm using this. Pero como tiene muchos agujeritos, todo esto tal vez no se va a ver tan brilloso por lo mismo, pero here we go. And you want to go lightly. And now that the chrome has dried, ya que se secó, lo voy a pulir un poquito. Alright guys, so here we have them nice and chrome. Okay, so I'm going to start putting the putty, the epoxy sculpt, equal amounts. Voy a poner la pasta iguales, partes iguales. And we're going to put the arms. Vamos a empezar con los brazos. Okay, so we'll leave the arms to dry. Vamos a dejar que se sequen los brazos. Okay, all the arms are nice and done. Ya están los brazos. And what I'm going to do now is position this here. And to do that, I'm not going to use epoxy. I was planning on it. Estaba pensando usar la pasta, pero siempre no. That would take you know, a good while for it to dry, and we'd have to hold it hopefully in position like we did with the arms. Pero voy a usar resina. I'm going to use actually the Smooth On 300 equal parts. Mix a little bit. Put it in here. Voy a mezclar la resina, ponerlo aquí. And before it completely dries, immediately put this on here. Y in position, en la posición. And I did that already on the first test, and it holds like cement, so it's gonna be pretty good. Then of course you go in with a putty to fix certain areas in here, so that even reinforces it even better. Y ya después se le pone más pasta para ciertas áreas y eso lo ayuda mucho mejor. Okay, before it sets, I'm going to push this in there real quick. You'll see it start getting almost milky. Se va a ver como que se vuelve blanco y en ese momento lo meto adentro. And it goes fast y se va rápido. You see that? Whoa, that was quick. Okay. There we go. And we do the same thing with the head. Hacemos lo mismo con la cabeza. A little bit of resin. And if that happens, not to worry. Si eso pasa, no se preocupen. Before it completely dries, you can always just peel it off. Okay, what I'm going to do now, lo que voy a hacer ahorita, I'm going to use the epoxy sculpt. Usar esta pasta, equal amounts again, as always. And I'm going to do each and every one of these, cada uno de estos, and do the whole seam areas and wherever it needs to be fixed, and put it up, cualquier cosa. So, just going to start pushing in the putty and blending it out y desvanecerlo. Anyway, pues voy a hacer todo esto. I'm going to do this to all these, all the seams in the pants area, these holes that I see here, everything, donde vea yo que necesite que esté perfecto. Okay, so after primering everything, ya después de que puse el primer, I will go back and look at other areas that may need sanding. And more sanding. Okay, we are going to try this high gloss black. Hopefully it covers really well at one shot. I normally go with flat black because when you use a gloss black from stores, it takes a while for it to cover. Vamos a usar este negro brilloso. Vamos a ver qué tal sale. Okay, so although the gloss black was pretty good, it was still not glossy enough for me. El negro estaba bastante brilloso, pero no lo suficiente. So I went ahead and used this on it. Let's see if it's focusing. Triple thick, brilliant gloss glaze. I got this at Michael's. Probably any craft store can carry it. Entonces le aumenté este para que brille super más. Okay, chroming time. Okay, we got all these bases all lined up. Ya tenemos las bases todas alineadas, and we're going to weather them out. So we got some brown and some black. Tenemos café y un poco de negro aquí. So start a little bit with some brown. All right, what we're going to do is add a little bit of green. Vamos a ponerle un poco de verde, just to give them a green tone to the chrome. And this is going to happen to every single one. So it's time consuming, but it will look cool. Alright, so here they are. Aquí están todos. All finished and ready to be picked up tomorrow.